Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I figured I would do a quick little video about my Philodendron silver sword. This is a plant that I received initially as a cutting a couple of months back. I rooted it out in water first successfully, and I transitioned it from water to soil when the roots were about close to an inch long. When I repotted it into soil initially, after a couple of weeks, the plant didn't seem to be doing very well. So I took it back out of soil and I put it back in the water propagation, and I let it root up for just a little while longer. After a couple of weeks, I transitioned it back into soil, and I thought I would just show you what my Philodendron silver sword looks like now. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get the video started. Okay, so here is my pretty little Philodendron silver sword. When I initially potted this plant up into soil, this was the first leaf that it put out, and it's been several weeks that it has been like this. I would say for probably about 4 to 6 weeks it's been like this. So I'm not real confident that this leaf will ever open up completely. It may just end up dying off. Once this leaf came out, I was actually in the process of putting it back into water propagation. So then I let the plant root up for, I think it was like 3 weeks or so longer in water propagation. And once the roots got a little bit longer, about 1.5 inches, I potted it back up into soil. And it has been in soil now, I'd say, for probably about 2 weeks or so. And the second leaf that this plant put out is this one here. So this one looks pretty good. A little crinkly, but it is not completely hardened off yet either. So I'm sure the condition of this leaf will probably improve. And now it is starting to put out a third leaf for me. So I'm not really too concerned any longer that I'm going to have any issues with this plant. Initially, when I first potted it up into soil, the leaves started to curl. This actually happened before I received these last 2 leaves here. So anyway, I think it's looking pretty good. I have this plant sitting in my south-facing window. It does sit back about, I would say about 1.5 feet. And it's doing really well. I have it in a well-draining soil, a typical potting mix along with some added orchid bark. I also have some extra perlite in there and also some mosquito bits. I always add mosquito bits to my soil just to keep the gnats down. And I am so happy, so pleased with this plant. I love the color of the foliage. It is like a silver bluish color. The sheen is like a silver blue, and I am completely in love with this plant. I don't have many upright philodendrons just because my home is fairly small. So I do have, let me see, I have a philodendron Birkin. I also have a moonlight philodendron, which my friend Adele from Lifeaholic, she sent me that one for my birthday. All of my other philodendrons are, for the most part, I think they are just trailing philodendrons. So, but this one, from the time that I actually seen this plant, I have really been in love with the color. So I am super pleased that I was able to come across this plant. Actually, a friend of mine gave me the cutting for this guy, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get this plant to root successfully. And now that it is transitioned into soil, I have a feeling that it is just going to take right off. So I'm very excited to see how this plant does within the next couple of weeks during the summer season. I have a feeling that it's going to do very well. Probably, I would say within the next month and a half, 2 months or so, I will probably repot it into a bigger pot, 1 to 2 sizes bigger, and that should be fine. I would say probably for several months anyway. So this is my Philodendron Silver Sword. What else do I need to mention to you all? I do plan on fertilizing this plant probably just twice a year. I have Osmocote fertilizer that I use, and I fertilize my plants in the springtime with Osmocote. They are just slow release pellets. So once I repot this plant into a bigger pot within the next couple of weeks, I'll probably add some Osmocote to the soil, and it should be good for the fertilizer for a while. So anyway, guys, that is my Philodendron Silver Sword. Such a beauty. Okay, my friends, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content of my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you here along with us. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye-bye.